Welcome back, everybody. We're ready for week 32, May 10th to the 14th. Hopefully this last week, Mother's Day, you had some sort of an event, you made some sort of crafty thing for mom, and you had a great weekend. I know the weather was sure good. As we come back, look at all these new things we get to start studying. Out with the triangles and in with the new material. And it's all about shapes. Why, we're going to be studying circles, we're going to be studying volume, we're going to be studying surface area. Look at all the neat new stuff as we get ready for the last 6 weeks of school. But before we do that, we need to do our shout outs. And without further ado, let's get started on our solo quiz work. We're wrapping up trigonometry, and we want to say thank you and congratulations to several folks that did every problem. Okay? And let's get started. Isabel Bennett, Keaton Blankenagel, Alexis Brandt, Clay Contois, Claire Darlin, Maddie Hamilton, Colin McBride, Valen Megala, Quinn Moses, Ashlyn Miltonberger, Jackson Knoll, and Maya Westenskow. In period 5, Kristen Barnett, Carter Harris, Kylie Heiner, and Ashley Ohl. These folks did every problem on those solo activities when it came to trigonometry. So there's the shout out for them. And a little bell action. Now, classroom participation. This keeps growing every week, and we do say thank you for that. We are only as good as the questions you ask, the interaction. We learn more from each other than you do just by listening and reading, okay? So we need your energy every day, especially when we go into all this neat new stuff. All right, so our class participation shout-outs go to Isabel Bennett, Alexis Brandt, Courtney Brown, Clay Contois, Abby Crims, Claire Darlin, Theo Gepetti, Sarah Gonzalez, Hunter Lawson, Colin McBride, Valen Megala, Ashlyn Miltonberger, Quinn Moses, Noah Murphy, Jackson Knoll, Aiden Parker, and Xavier Thorne. In period 5, Spencer Deerdorf, Haley Emery, Alyssa Granados, Hannah Lee, Arthur Lucan, Devin Martin, Carlene Nolan, Ashley Ohl, Sarah Altman, Ash Quintana, Jack Rookty, and Teddy Weston. Thank you for bringing the energy to class that helps make this stuff a little bit more interesting. Okay, now this week I call it out with the old, in with the new. Organize yourself. Find what you need of the old material, and you can actually get rid of some stuff. You want to keep your cheat sheets and the things where you wrote down special notes, because you'll be using trigonometry in the future in math. Okay? All right. Now you got rid of all that. What's new? Mr. Miller is going to be handing you a new cheat sheet that looks a lot like these posters. Okay? Stuff to refer to. Okay, little formulas, diagrams, shapes, and yeah, some vocabulary. All right? So you're going to get these cheat sheets, get ready, and then we want to get the universal tool for shapes. Serious. The universal tool for shapes is the toilet paper roll, is the paper towel roll. Everybody's going to get one. Are you kidding me? Am I kidding you? No, I'm not kidding you. Serious. When it comes to shapes, the paper towel roll, the toilet paper roll, no wonder there's a shortage. Every geometry student in the world needs one. Serious. Why, if I turn it on its end, I've got the circumference. I have the diameter. I know that half the diameter is the radius. Okay, we know the distance around the circle is 360 degrees. Central angle. We know where the central angle measures. Remember when we did circles back just before the holidays? Okay, now, Mr. Miller started teaching you and reminding you about percentages. We're going to need that. Area. We want to find the area of this piece, right, on a tin can. The top of the can has area. The bottom of the can has area, right? We're going to be studying that. We need to know arc length. Arc length. If I only want a piece of the circle, how do I calculate that? Sector area. You've all eaten a piece of pizza or a piece of pie, right? We want to know the area of just that. Okay, that's this week. Wow. Then we start to create three-dimensional shapes, right? Isn't that a circle that has been spun really fast to create a sphere? Okay, we have our cylinder. We're going to need to calculate the volume. Okay, your entire math career has been two-dimensional, X, Y. Now we're going to get Z, the third dimension, creating all these neat shapes. And with that, remember, math is the describing of the world with numbers. So we're going to need the volume, all right? Then once we get volume, we take our universal tool and we cut it. Because when we open it, we have surface area. Wow. So in 3 weeks, this little tool does all of these different descriptions, all this different math, all these different ways of describing the world. Okay? So be excited. One of the first things we need to do is see a real world math problem. Okay? In Algebra 2, we actually study the Ferris wheel. You're going to actually have a discussion in class about Ferris wheels. Have you been on one of these giant Ferris wheels? I actually have been to the Seattle Giant Wheel, okay? And there's a math problem that we actually do in Algebra 2. We can do it here also. We need to know the distance around the Ferris wheel. Yeah, that's just called the circumference. Yeah, and you know how to do it. All right, enjoy the next 3 weeks of shapes, and then we got a special surprise for you for the last 3 weeks of school when we go into probability. Yep, I'm gonna play some cards, we're gonna play some dice. It's gonna be a great end of the year. All right, so without further ado, have a great week. Out with the old, in with the new, and let's learn about three-dimensional shapes. Bye.